y'all see her before you leave tonight, all right? She now lives in Little Rock with her husband of 31 years. She has 2 grown children and 1 grandson. She is a CCIM, which is a Certified Commercial Investment Member, and has a Master's of Commercial Real Estate from Lipsey School of Business. Ms. Cassie Wells will talk about breaking down barriers. That is a good topic, and I can't wait to hear it. Come on, let's give it up for Ms. Cassie Wells.
Hi, my name is Cassie Wells. I am a commercial realtor. I work for Keller Williams Realty. I started in 1995 as a residential real estate agent, and in 2002, I had a client who sold a duplex in San Francisco and moved to Little Rock to join families. He had family here. He ended up buying a few apartment complexes from me. And I started thinking, wow, well, this commercial real estate might be something I might be interested in. So I started working with him. He bought a few complexes from me. But commercial real estate back in 2003 was a very closed, cliquish membership. So if you was not a member of this clique, they did not accept you, they did not help you, and you was an outsider. So, my client that moved here, you know, Little Rock is small, so everyone knows everything. So, this other agent called him and said, hey, I have this property listed, you want to buy it? And he says, well, I work for Cassie Wells. So I called him up and I said, do you have this property listed? He said it's sold. So I called my client and I said, well, he told me it was sold. A few days later, my client called me and he says, well, so-and-so called me and says I have this apartment complex for sale. So I called him again. He says it's sold. So I called my client. I said it's sold. This went on about 3 or 4 times. And then finally, I go to my broker and I go, listen, we're going back and forth, and I don't know what to do. Because in residential real estate, we all helped and shared and promoted each other. And my broker, I said, can I call the seller? And that's a real no-no, because you want to respect other people. You want to help other people. And if they have a relationship, you want to honor that relationship. Well, my broker said, go ahead and do it. So I called the owner and I said, do you have an offer on this property? He said, no. I said, well, do you have a listing? Are you listed with this guy? No. I said, well, I have a buyer. Can I bring him to you? And he said, yes. So we negotiated this out. I brought my buyer, which was not the guy that the other agent was calling. It was his friend. The other agent had no idea what was going on. So I brought my buyer to him. We closed on it. And just because this other agent wanted to be greedy and did not want to share half, he got 0. I got the listing and the sale, and all he had to do was share. So after this, I said, I can do this. I can be a commercial agent, and I can be above board, and I can make this work. So I'm thinking, what do I do to break into this clique? It's just like a high school clique, you know, all the little people get together and we're going to keep everyone else out. And so I decided education. If I educated myself enough, they would have to accept me because my education would bring me above what they can do. So I started thinking, what can I do? And the highest education in real estate is what we call the CCIM, Certified Commercial Investment Member. So I said, you know what? I will do this. 2003, there was only 44 people in the whole state of Arkansas who had this. And there was only 3 females.
Wow.
So I said, I can do this and I will show them.
Yes.
I got this designation in 1 year. I took a course every 2 months, and at the end of the year, I went to San Antonio, Texas, and I took this test. Well, this test was the hardest test I've ever done in my whole life. I went in at 8, and I told my husband, I said, you have the car ready at 11, multiple choice questions, 80 questions, I will be done by 11. I looked up at 1, and I was on 50. I said, oh Lordy, I have 30 questions, and I have 2 hours to go. So I start marking. I go out for this test, and after drinking 3 Cokes and bags of chips and everything else, I sit in the hotel and I collapse. My husband comes over, picks me up. He says, Cara's been out here since 11. It's 1 o'clock. Let's go. So we go. He knows I need some food. We get some food. And we go to the car place. And I go in there and I go, I'm going to give you these keys, but I might be back. You keep these keys right here. And I'm going to go to the airport, but I might be back for them because I've already paid for that next day. So we go to the airport, and I'm sitting in line, and I'm trying to call people and see if I pass, because I can take it the next day. And they go, are you there? Are you there? No. So we're standing in line, Southwest Airlines, and I'm like going, picks up. I said, did I pass? Well, they said the girl from Arkansas passed. I said, but did they say my name? No, they said the lady from Arkansas passed. You're the only person. I said, okay. Well, I'm going to get on this plane, but you had better make sure that that was me. So we get on the plane, I sit down, the lady next to me, 'cause I'm not sitting next to my husband, she says, I have an extra beer ticket, and you look like you could really use it. So I took a beer ticket, we get back to Little Rock, I did pass. When I get back, everyone is saying, okay, they couldn't pass the first test. They definitely couldn't pass the final. It took them 10 years to get through it. So they had to accept me. So if you take the high road, if you have determination, if you have a goal and you get the education, you will be accepted and you can break into this clique.
Yes.
Thank you.